Hi Capricorn, this is a reading for the eclipse and I'm using the Hermit card. The Hermit card is the tarot card of the year 2025, and I've got meanings that I've written down on a piece of paper, and I'm going to choose one for you. Sacrifice. Okay. So I'm going to draw some other cards for the eclipse. But the sacrifice with the Hermit, I mean, the Hermit, if he's going away to, meditate, to be on his own, there's a level of sacrifice there. So what is the sacrifice that perhaps you are undertaking? The central card is the Hierophant. And you've got the 8. Oh, I've got to get that flare off. The 8 of Pentacles. It's not great. I'll put it like that. Okay. Then the 6 of Cups. The past position is the 5 of Wands. Star. And the Page of Wands. And coming towards you is the 4 of Pentacles. The Fool card. You got a beautiful middle row there. And the Lovers. Okay, so you got quite a few major arcana. Sacrifice. The Hierophant is about commitment. And this is a work card. And you've got this nostalgic card of times gone by. Is there some sort of I'm sort of getting retirement vibes, but it doesn't necessarily have to be retirement. It's more about leaving something behind, something that you treasured. Something that you treasured. It could be because of a commitment, either a work commitment or a commitment in a relationship or a commitment, who knows, to the higher good, to the some sort of collective that you're doing things for, and it's like a voluntary position. It doesn't have to be that, but that's just an example of what comes to mind. So in the past here, you've got some sort of conflict or push to compete, to strive for more. I don't necessarily see this as competing. I see it as sort of striving and pushing yourself. And this is a card of learning. And the Star is about hopes and dreams. Let's say it's about hopes and dreams, then, it's pushing yourself forward with some sort of endeavour, be it a job, be it a business, whatever. But it can also be about healing. So it's pushing yourself to do what you need to do to achieve some sort of healing. It's like overcoming an obstacle. And that can be a sacrifice. If this is about a healing journey, then this is a sacrifice. It's a bit like if you have to go on a special diet for medical reasons or whatever, and, you love a particular food, I don't know, chocolate mud cake or something, and, you just can't have it. So I mean, that's a sacrifice. But I think this is something more, deeper than that. And if it's healing, it could be, something that you really know is not serving you, is not helping you to heal, and that, you've liked or loved in the past, and it means that you have to give that up. Is that kind of energy, really. And if it is about day-to-day things like a job or whatever, it could be giving up something that that you've got used to, that's just there. Or it could be a person or a group of friends or whatever, that they're there, that they represent an energy of something that you can rely on. It feels like in some ways you're being prompted to step out of your comfort zone. And I see that with this row of what's coming towards you. This doesn't really bother me, this card, because it is a Capricorn card. It's Sun in Capricorn. So it's kind of an energy, it's like a common aura, I think, of Capricorn is being really steady, holding firm, weighing up the situation, weighing up the odds, holding on to what you've got. There's a level of ambition there, and not wanting to lose what you've achieved. So there's that energy. And that's understandable energy. And I'm not saying just, throw caution to the wind. But this card here is quite a different story altogether. He's got his arms open. It's beautiful yellow in the background. He's in a bit of a risky position, but he's happy. So it could be asking you to really open up to possibilities. It might mean sacrificing something on a practical level. I don't know, something financial, something material, who knows? Moving. It is moving, whether it's moving physically or whether it's just moving your mindset or unlocking that, some sort of, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, God. Oh, terrible behavior. Changing your mindset, really allowing the possibility of something good coming in, something better than what you've got or had, with this Fool card. But it feels like it's going to be unknown. I think that the sacrifice could also be sacrificing surety, sacrificing promised security, a promise of security. It could even be sacrificing, some sort of dream that you've had. This can indicate dreams, a real wish, a desire. And the Six of Cups is about, it's like that sort of wistful thinking and remembering the good times and, things were better in my day and that kind of thing. It's that sort of energy, and it's difficult to see sometimes how a future can unfold that is better than what you know and what you trust. But it is a lot about trust. It is a lot about the level of trust that you have. And I'm not talking about the trust for others and world events and all that. I don't mean that. I mean the level of trust in yourself. And it could mean it could mean needing to work on that the solar plexus, the self-esteem and the willpower and the belief in yourself. If we all had a wonderful belief in ourselves, we'd probably achieve so much more. Now, some people do have a great belief in themselves, I'm sure, but I think the bulk of humanity is a little bit held back on that, in that department. I can see that you've put effort into that. It's not like you're unaware. I don't think that Capricorn is a sign that's unaware. I think they're very aware, very down to earth, very aware of how things are, and what you need to do to get this and that, and it's often about sort of structure, and sometimes that can play out in the downside of this card, which is really holding on too tightly to that. Because what I'm seeing with this row is that the eclipse is going to change that. It's not like a tower moment or anything like that, but it could be a gradual change. It could be a gradual sort of, you find yourself loosening up on some ideas or some sort of rigid structure that you may have in some areas of your life. And I do see the lovers as a partnership, a coming together of it can be your intuition and the practical self, or your intuition and your primal I wouldn't say needs, but your primal drives, and understanding that there could be a freedom there. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to things are going to click and you're going to fully understand things and you're going to be a different person totally. But I do see a more freewheeling sort of attitude possible after this eclipse. And the areas that I see that it could impact you in are creativity, work, finance or business, and relationships. You've got the card of commitment here. So, if you are one who has had trouble committing to a person, to a relationship, or even to a particular career, or committing as in you might work at a job or have some sort of business or something, but you just do it day to day. Da-di-da, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm making money. That's all that matters to me, kind of thing. Sometimes this card can be just working bloody hard, and that's life, But what I'm seeing here is perhaps finding something that lights you up more, and that you feel a genuine desire to commit to, be that a person or a thing or a job or whatever. I also see the willingness to listen to your intuition more, and to let go of the need to perhaps prove that something is right or true, or going to work, looking at the methodology of everything, and checking the P's and Q's of everything, the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. there's just a relaxing in some way. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, but there is a relaxing. And you know, this is a joyful card of a new beginning. So it looks really nice. I hope that's helpful, Capricorn. Cheers.